You can keep. You're quite all right. Look, I think it is quite a bizarre situation that we're here, and I find it really appalling that, in actual fact, what we're doing is ratifying an agreement that, in reality, we have absolutely no intention of abiding by. And even as the agreement was signed, I think the government knew that it didn't intend to meet our targets, and that hasn't changed. And the figures are there. I mean, Irish agriculture is due to increase its emissions by 6 to 7% by 2020, while transport emissions are set to climb between 10 and 16% versus 2014 levels. So and there's always excuses put up. There's always something else that gets in the way. I mean, in the past few weeks, the government, through our own EPA, opposed stronger air pollution standards for coal and peat fire power stations. Our so-called transitional national plan is really just a sort of another dodging of our obligations, kicking the can down the road. First of all, we're too poor, we're in recession, we can't do it. Now the economy is only turning a corner. Well, sure, maybe we'll be able to do it. There's always something put in the way of not elevating tackling climate change as a key priority. And I think we have to compare the approach taken in this state with a similar jurisdiction of Scotland and keep repeating those points ad nauseum, because Scotland's greenhouse gas emissions fell 8.6% in 2014 to almost 40% below the 1990 levels. Scotland's ahead of its target by 42% by 2020. We're going to fall short of ours by about 70%. And we actually do things and behaviour which makes the situation worse, encouraging our agricultural policy, subsidising fossil fuels, not subsidising solar panels, creating new competent authorities for aircraft noise that facilitates the development of Dublin Airport as a major hub, and all of the consequential environmental and climate change impediments that come from that. And we're going to keep doing it because our policies are heading in that direction. And I think, apart from the moral obligation, the life and death obligation for the planet, the cost, even seen as you're so always love that, is the cost to us between 3 and 6 billion in some sources up to 2030 if we don't deal with this issue. And I really don't think we are. And I'm not blaming the Minister personally for that, but the government policies are heading us in the different directions. So we really are just engaged in a bit of a stunt here today to pretend we're ratifying something when in reality we aren't.